This guide is for new GeoLayers user. I have a new After Effects project open and I have installed GeoLayer. To open the panel, go to Window, Extension and select GeoLayer 3. This open a new project box. This view lets you see recent work or you can open sample template, but I will just close this window. Mapcom is a short form map composition. If you are new to Adobe After Effects, a composition is the main building block of any project. It is where all GeoLayers go. When using GeoLayer, the map composition is the heart of your project. Here, I can just grab the map to move it around. Let me play it near Ukraine. It does not have to be perfect. We can always move the map later. Now, I will click Create Mapcom. Down here, I can rename the com, so I will name it Ukraine. Now, we have some text setting, size, resolution, frame rate and duration. You can change the default in your preference. Go to the panel menu and select Preference. At the top, you will see your default composition setting. I always suggest setting your duration long enough so you do not have to do change it later. You can adjust the length later on, but it can be very tedious if you are trying to extend it. For example, if you have a complex animation, you must extend on your layer as well, which is very time consuming. Now click Next. I can choose the map style. I have many profiles to pick from, such as Pink, Kato or S3. I am going to select S3 for this project. Now I can check the detail by moving it around the map to see if it is a profile I like. For this specific profile, you have different templates and views. I will choose one physical. This one looks great. Don't worry too much about the choice here because it is very easy to change later. Once I click Create, it will set up my entire GeoLayer project. You can now see the new asset inside the project panel as well as my map composition down here. One thing you will notice right away is that map look blurry and low quality. This is done on purpose. GeoLayers download low-res image, which is much easier for your computer to handle. Once you finish your map animation and you're ready to export, you can finalize it. That action downloads the high-res image. You can see a big finalize button here. If I click it, it will finalize every single frame of my second. That can take a long time if you have many zoom move. So a fast way to work is to hold Control or Command and click Finalize. That will just finalize one single frame, so it will not download a ton of images that you don't need. You can see how fast that works. The imagery is saved in your Mapcom. If you double click here, it will be open this pre-composition. You cannot see much, but if you click the button, it will show you all the cool behind the scene GeoLayer magic we have. Down here, we have our map type imagery. You can see that the layer are locked, basically telling us not to touch this stuff. But as you finalize, all the images will be added here. So if you have many movement and zoom, you will have a lot of data here and it will take longer to download. To move the map, simply click and drag. I am left clicking and dragging to move it around. I can use my mouse wheel to zoom, and I can right click and drag to change the angle and tilt of the map. You can see as I move it around, after a second or two, my map update here. You have navigation control down here as well, zoom in and zoom out button. So if you want to do big zoom move, you click on the zoom button. If you want to do more precise and slow zoom, you can move the slider by here. And then if you want to reset the rotation of the tilt and angle, you click here and it will snapshot back. Notice this bluish and rectangle here. Well, this is the armor preview area, showing us what the inside border, showing us what is the inside the border of our Mapcom. And you see it update as I zoom in and out. Now, if you want to disconnect it, you can click on this little link button here. Right now, it's showing Mapcom view. If I turn that off and zoom out, you can see it stay here. And then I move around, I can change the tilt and the angle. It's not going to update here. Sometimes you want to do this to get bird's eye view of what inside the border of your map. It is really helpful. To bring that back, you just link it back up and it will snap back. You can also toggle the preview image here. If you look down here, you see a little keyframe button. If I click on it now, you can see it open up outcome here. and what is showing us is all of the setting that have been keyframe here. And now as you can see, there is a keyframe or there are keyframe. We have a 5 keyframe right here. We have there 5 different effects. They are the main features that you can animate separately on the map composition. So if you want to take a different look at it, you can see there in the effect control as well. So I have a keyframe here. If I move my playhead over here to the 4-second map, now I can zoom in here to Ukraine. And as I move it around, you can see more keyframe go add. So on isolated here will change the longitude and the zoom. If I want to change those, I could bring my play back here and manually change this. Or if I click the keyframe button again, it will pay keyframe for all the effect. One cool thing about using this keyframe button is that it automatically adds in each keyframe. Our project is a setup. We know how to navigate and we have our base map image. Now let's go find some data so we can start to draw some map feature.